If you're like me, you might sometimes not even realize that you're in a really bad place until you yell at your partner or are short tempered with your kid. And then suddenly you're like, oh, turns out I was actually not having a great day and I was really not feeling good in my body, but I didn't even realize it until I outbursted on someone that I love. What we want to do on our journey to get happy is to prevent those outbursts because those outbursts bring a whole lot more negativity with them. It's like you take a bad feeling and then you layer on guilt and shame and all of those emotions that we go through when we rage out at someone unnecessarily. In order to prevent these negative outbursts, we actually need to lean into self awareness. I'm going to give you an amazing tool to become more self aware. So here's the tool, it's called the emotional check in. The emotional check in is basically assessing yourself on three things. Now, this can take the place of the hey, how's it going? How was your day conversation? You assess yourself on three things. The first thing is, how am I doing physically? So this is just, you're going to take a couple seconds, close your eyes, and just assess. The second thing you're going to assess is, how are my thoughts? Are my thoughts mostly positive, mostly negative, or mostly neutral? If your thoughts are mostly positive, chances are you're doing pretty good. If your thoughts are mostly negative, chances are there's something going on for you. Third thing I want you to assess are the events of the day. Did anything happen today that maybe didn't sit well with you, but you haven't had a chance to process it yet? Or perhaps something happened 10 years ago, but for some reason you're thinking about it today and it's affecting you today. Once you have assessed yourself on those three things, I want you to give yourself a number from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. And I want you to share this number first with yourself. That's the self awareness part. That's when you know, oh, I'm at a 3. I probably should take care of myself, do something nice for myself, comfort myself. And then you're going to share it with your partner and your kids and get their number as well. This gives you some really valuable information. If you and your partner are both at like 7s or 8s, great. Have a fun night, really capitalize on that. But if you and your partner are both at like a 2 or 3, maybe just take care of yourself or take care of each other, however you work it in your relationship. Don't have big conversations then. Know that if either of you is short with the other, it's just because of where you're at. This is such an awesome tool for preventing those really big arguments because when we are aware of how we're doing, we tend to just proceed with a little more caution when we need to and be more open and vulnerable when we have the capacity for it. It allows us to take our next step in the day with just more intentionality.